Today we're at the Plum Creek Alpacas Ranch, and we're gonna go see 60 different types of alpacas today. So it'll be definitely a cool journey. You can already see some of them as you pull up in here. And this is located in Prescott, Arizona. And you can do this for just $13.50 if you have a Groupon. If not, it's $20, which is ridiculously cheap for an hour tour. And then you get to chill around and walk around and feed them at your own pace. So we just finished our hour tour of the alpacas. As you can see, we got to see some of the boys over here, and then I'll show off some of the pregnant ones as well as the little baby alpacas, which is really cool to see, and they're around 6 months old. Alright, so in that hour tour you get a little bit of information on how to feed the alpacas, and you start off here with all the boys who are in this section. So each cage they tell you a little bit about the information. So this is Atmos, and he was actually one of my favorite alpacas to see, and he was very friendly. You can see its little friend over there. Well, he's walking away from me, so maybe he didn't like me as much.
Peruvians together and still get a Chilean or Bolivian baby.
Wow.
So even though mom and dad could be long-nosed.
Over here we have Sterling, and he is a 5-year-old alpaca, and he's right over here. So over here on this section, there's a bunch of the boys too, which they refer to them as studs. And they were telling us that the cheapest alpaca goes for $500, and the most expensive alpaca that they have out here goes for close to $100,000.
Yep. Oh yeah, they like that.
It's not as gentle.
So after they give birth, they put them over here in this section over here, and I'm not quite sure when they last gave birth, but they put them over here and put them into this little quarantine area. This one's really excited for food, as you saw him galloping around in the previous clip, and she is going at the pellets like crazy.
He is the #1 alpaca in that. He's got the best fight.
Over here on this section, we have a lot of the pregnant females, and they are hungry, as you can see. Oh, I got a little spit. I mean, it happens, but I guess we get a little zoomed up of their teeth. I don't know what that sound is, so maybe let's feed this one instead. Maybe I'm about to get spit at, so maybe I should take a step back. Attempt number 2 of feeding the pregnant alpaca. Hopefully I don't get spit at for a second time. She's gobbling it down, that's for sure. And they've got 3 of these, and they said that they'll be giving birth in April, early April, and then they have them in there for a week, and then they release them out here for everyone to see. They only give birth once a year, and they only have 12 cycles. They said that giving birth to twins is very rare for them. Oh, that is not a good look. I just got spit on. That is the second time. I should have learned my lesson the first time. But let's try this guy over here. And we see more of them coming over here, and this is just another section as well, because they move them around in order for them not to be too territorial. And there's a pecking order that usually runs from 1 to 12, and they kind of start to identify that as soon as they're put in here. So they're moved around a lot just so that they're not getting bullied around. What I'll say about coming out here is that they definitely tell you a lot of information about costs, and our tour guide really went into detail about the costs. A couple other people on the tour were actually getting ready to get their to get their wallets out to start spending money and buying these alpacas, because they really try to sell the idea of owning an alpaca, because they told us that it only costs around $800 to maintain 2 of them, and you have to have 2 of them in order for them to kind of have that socialization. So there's definitely survival of the fittest over here, because they literally all rush over here. Oh, whoa, whoa. More spit incoming, but that's okay. And right here they have a sign here that tells you how many awards they've won because they take them to shows. And this is also kind of a cost. You have like a little package here. This guy has a little funny hair. So as you can see, they're all running over here. Oh, and making some sort of weird noise. And these are all just the females that they have out here. Let's try to feed this one. She seems friendly. Oh, she's definitely got... Oh, what about you? Do you want some more? No? What about you? No? That's okay. I'll just drop it in there for them. So these are just all the females. And they just put them over here to kind of separate them. They really know a lot about their gene pool out here, and they actually can track down 4 generations back, which is really cool. And most of these guys came from South America, as there's different ways of being able to distinguish where they're from Peru, Bolivia, and Chile. So that's something that is really cool to learn about, as well as the 3 different types of fibers, and the 3 different types of fibers depend on where they're shaving them from. And there's the different types of rankings of the fibers that goes from 1 to 6. And the reason why they track it down is so that there's no inbreeding, and they want low-key the lowest possible percentage of inbreeding in order for the fibers to be the best. But even that 6th level fiber is way better than any sheep's wool that you can get. So these ones over here, these are the showgirls that they have that they take to the different shows. Apparently they said that they have the #1 alpaca in the nation, in the country. So that's something that they seem to really want to bring up. And I'm not in the alpaca world, so I don't know really what they mean by that. But the guy was talking about how the show is literally the Super Bowl of the alpaca shows. Another cool fact about these alpacas that we learned was that they here at this ranch, they maintain them for their whole life, which is 24 years. In some other places though, they actually kill them and sell the meat of the alpaca. And they've got a cool little alpaca store out here in order for you to get some alpaca merchandise. And some of it comes from the alpacas here directly on the ranch, and then some of it comes from alpacas from Peru. And they go and gather different types of little sweaters, beanies, all these different types of things. We actually got an ornament for $16. It is on the pricier side, but it's definitely cool to know that it either comes from this ranch or straight from Peru, which is something that you can't really find. So we got this little ornament for $16 at the gift shop, and it is straight from Peru, and it is 100% baby alpaca fur. All right, and the moment we've been waiting for are the little babies alpacas over here, and all of these guys are 6 months old. We'll see if any of them come up. It seems like they just got fed as well, so maybe oh, here we go. Yeah, and these are their moms. They have them connected with their moms for a few months to make sure that everything's going okay for them.
That's correct, because it's actually denser. It's a lot denser. So you're like a Blarney stone.
Good boy.
You probably got 11 pounds of fiber right now. You wouldn't think that's on there, but it is.
Good job,
I mean,
very
when
kind.
you put your hand down into his fiber in April,
it's like
it's going to be about 6 inches long on his back.
Buddy.
That's how
Oh,
far
hi, you want to say hi?
No, one, I was able to.
You want to say hi?
Yeah.
Hello.
You wanted to
The back,
get,
the
you
seams
want to get
behind.
the Super Bowl of alpacas. That's
Super.
Actually say, okay, this baby goes to this one, this baby, because the colors are pretty close.
Do you remember the thing? Was
Some
it
of them
Phoenix?
are not.
Was it a llama that got loose, or
Yeah, one of the little baby white alpacas here eating from us, and something to take into note as the other ones are sneezing is that the bigger ones definitely try to push the little ones out of the way. She's a little sweetheart over here just eating from my hand. Oh, it's a sneezer right there. I'll give her some too. Something I'd recommend is for you to keep some of your pellets after, just because they allow you to walk around after you're done with your tour, and that allows you to just kind of get that one-on-one, well, 1-on-7 I should say, connection with these alpacas, and come back and feed the babies at your own pace and just walk around and be able to kind of interact with them. They don't let you inside the pen, but during the tour they actually put you inside the pen with them, which is really cool. So we found out that one of the ladies on our tour actually bought 2 of the alpacas that she came and saw, and I think maybe she got sold on the idea because there apparently is a lot of profit. They said that they sold around 140 at 3,000, which if you do the math, that's 420,000.
So they
The other
look more.
cool-
Oh, sorry.
The other cool thing about alpacas, if you buy an alpaca, all the ribbons that some situations, remember that they could breed the first time, and then she could refuse him after that, and then she's done. Go back to Easter.
Alright, so here at the Alpaca Ranch, they have 2 Great Pyrenees dogs in order to guard them, and they also have this little cattle dog over here that you can see them walking around. And they just protect the flock at night from predators such as coyotes, bobcats, and anything else that can get them out here. And these are the 2 Great Pyrenees dogs. So you got Wyatt, a 2-year-old, and then you got Cisco, my boy. So that was my experience at the Plum Creek Alpaca Ranch. Definitely recommend. Bring your family and bring some friends over. Definitely a lot of information in there, and just a great time overall being able to feed these alpacas, which is a very unique experience, especially for the price. So thank you for watching this video, and look out for the next videos to come.